You may have seen or heard the term young scholars or received information that your student has been identified as one. Maybe you have wondered, what does this exactly mean? This video is here to answer your questions. Young Scholars is a K-12 model here at Sandberg and in all of FCPS, which is designed to identify and affirm from an early age students from groups who in the past have been underrepresented in advanced academic programs, who have high academic potential. So what do we mean when we say the underrepresented? It could actually mean a number of things. First, it may mean that your student is an English learner whose native language is not English. It may also mean students who are slotted to be first-generation college students. This means their parents did not complete a 4-year college or university degree. Finally, it may also include twice exceptional learners, learners who have advanced academic aptitude and may also have a special need or disability. Finally, we could be talking about students who may be economically vulnerable. They have the talent and potential for great success, but may be at a disadvantage in comparison to their peers due to their socioeconomic status.
The goal of the model is to eliminate barriers for these students' access to and success in advanced academic programs and courses in elementary school, middle school, and high school. We want to look at a student as a whole to determine their advanced academic aptitude, not just test scores or similar traditional means.
Did you know that each year more than 500,000 low-income students and students of color are missing from AP and IB participation? Students who would benefit from these advanced opportunities if they participated at the same rate as other students.
Young Scholars is a part of a district-wide focus to provide support for students like us who may need intervention for advocacy, access, or affirmation. It is meant to give us the same opportunities as everyone else. How cool is that?
Lack of access to rigorous curriculum. Our nation's efforts to increase equity in our schools often do not include low-income or minority students who are already showing advanced ability and/or achievement.
Students like us feel more comfortable sharing in class when connections are made between us, our peers, and our teachers. When this doesn't happen, our potential can be overlooked.
That doesn't mean we aren't capable or we don't have the same potential. Being a young scholar gives us the tools to succeed.
One method of identifying advanced learners is through classroom observations made by teachers. To nurture the advanced academic potential of students at a young age to prepare them for rigorous coursework. At the middle school level, students are referred to the Young Scholars programs through classroom observations where teachers are asked to identify specific behaviors and compare that to those of their peers.
In elementary school, students identified as young scholars will receive services by learning about the 9 critical and creative thinking strategies in class, having a resource teacher work with them once a week on advanced curriculum, or full-time services in a class with other advanced academic students. At the middle school level, services will be provided through honors classes and the advanced academic program. As they move on to high school, this may mean that they are encouraged to take AAP courses, more honors classes, advanced placement, international baccalaureate courses, and dual enrollment.
Our commitment to you is that we will work to empower your child along their advanced academic voyage. We want them to feel affirmed for their thinking and unique individuality and advocated for. just like you have cheerleaders and trusted adults all along the journey. With both of these things, we have faith that they'll grow to find success in academic courses now and all the way through until when they graduate from high school. That is why, when we think about what it means to be a young scholar, one crucial component is their commitment to taking honors classes and self-advocating for themselves to receive the challenge and encouragement needed to succeed. As they are taking these classes, we will provide wraparound supports to help them to flourish and achieve their ultimate potential.
In order to meet the unique needs of advanced learners and develop talent in all students, teachers differentiate learning tasks, environments, instructional approaches, and assessments. We want you to know that your child already has the strengths to succeed in advanced academic coursework. They should be encouraged to sign up for honors classes.
To help us, teachers use our feedback from class discussion, student work, projects, and assessments to decide if we need extra help or if we are ready to dig deeper and challenge ourselves.
In my IB classes and through skills I learn in AVID, I am encouraged to develop connections in between what I learn in class and what's happening in the real world. In AVID, we work on time management and note-taking skills, which has helped me become more independent in my learning and a better advocate for my needs. I feel more confident and prepared to ask my teachers questions and explain my thinking to others.
Being in advanced or honor classes means we may move at a faster pace and learn how to think more critically about what we are learning. We do a lot of project-based learning and dig deeper into the curriculum.
Here at Sandberg, we are already doing so many things to support your child's journey in middle school, and we will continue to add tools and resources for this amazing group of students. In addition to educational field trips, summer programs, college trips, and after-school clubs, we ask all of our young scholars to challenge themselves in one or more honors classes and push their academic thinking. We also have hosted parent connection nights to bridge the gap between school and home, and our Inspire conference to promote emotional and physical wellness and advanced academic thinking.
Challenges will come up. What types of challenges might come up that could steer your child from their goals? Let's name some strategies that young scholars can use. Build a group of friends and peers who they trust, who will listen to them and affirm their strengths. Find your team that will help strengthen your voice and empower you throughout your academic journey. Turn to adults who know and believe in you and see your gifts and will work alongside you and your parents to increase opportunities, remove barriers, and open doors to success that might be in your way. Do not forget the power of self-advocacy. Claim your right to an education that meets your unique learning needs. Use your voice to ask questions and figure out what opportunities are out there for you to get what you might need to succeed. Know that young scholars see challenges as opportunities to become stronger individuals. Use mistakes as learning tools, not as signs that you are incapable. You have many talents and strengths to draw from to meet whatever goal you set for yourself.
When students gain affirmation, advocacy, and access, there is no stopping their achievements and growth. The Young Scholars Program is designed to provide these things for students with high academic potential. We use wraparound strategies and supports to create high-quality environments for these students. Now, let's listen to this young man's inspirational journey as just one example of what this program can provide for our students.
Although I was my parents' seventh child, I was the first one that they could afford to bear in a hospital. More fortune came my way when at the age of 5, my entire family immigrated to the United States. There's a funny story about when we were traveling to America. My parents actually spelled my name wrong on official documentation, so I'm one of the few people that can claim that their name is officially misspelled. Once we arrived to America, my brother and I had our eyes glued on the television set as we earnestly tried to decipher the language of our favorites like Caillou and Arthur. I'm sure I progressed rapidly through the ESOL program because Caillou and Arthur and the rest of the PBS Kids program had taught me so much English. In third grade, I was selected as a young scholar to transfer from my base school to a level 4 advanced academic school at Springfield Estates. While at Springfield Estates, I was reading challenging books such as Night by Elie Wiesel and Animal Farm by George Orwell. My favorite project that I had received while I was in elementary school was in third grade when my teacher had asked me to create my own original jingle. And I had no idea what a jingle was, so I memorized the theme song to Naruto and I presented that to the class. By the time middle school rolled around, I had begun to understand the system. I was getting better grades, so much so that I had even applied to Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. To my disappointment, I wasn't accepted to this school, but I went to my base school, which was Mount Vernon High School, and I never looked back because Mount Vernon High School has been such an excellent school to me. While I was at Mount Vernon, I had an amazing counselor who had recommended that I take the 7 hardest IB classes that my school offered. I was hesitant to take him up on his offer because I didn't think I could succeed at such a highly challenging environment such as that. I thought that there was a tangible difference between my brain and the brains of my classmates. I thought some of my classmates had an extra limb that enabled them to have superior math performance. So tangible was my fear that I went to the IB coordinator at my school and I asked him, and what are the easiest IB classes that I can take? But over the summer, I spoke to a person at church who told me that I should take the most challenging classes available to me because he told me that many of my fellow youth in Ethiopia would have loved to be in my position and would love to take challenging academics. So I wanted to make most of this opportunity that I had, so I emailed my counselor and I told him, place me in the most challenging IB classes that you have. And, I was very scared going into my junior year, but at the end of junior year, something opposite of what I had expected happened. I was getting pretty much mostly all A's in my classes. I was going to state science fair. I was succeeding. The chains in my brain, which were my sense of inferiority, had loosened. I was no longer doubting my potential. Instead, I was exploiting my potential. No longer did I think I was going to be the dumbest in the class. Instead, I would try to be the smartest in the class. Every success that I had received, instead of quenching my aspirations, it had kindled it. I wanted to be the smartest, and this drive, it had transferred outside of my academic life. Another motivation of mine is that, partly into high school, I realized that I was paying the highest tuition. I realized that, surely I was going to public school. I wasn't paying monetary tuition, but I wasn't paying monetary tuition, but I was paying an emotional price, a high emotional price. And that price was separation from my parents. While I was going to school here, my parents were in Ethiopia. So I was being separated from those who reared me just for my education. So I had to succeed in my education. I had to excel in my academics, or else I would be letting them down. I would be letting myself down as well. So I had to succeed. And in late March, I was accepted to 15 colleges, 7 of those being Ivy League universities and also Stanford and University of Chicago. This fall, I'll be starting at Harvard University as a freshman. Surely it was not in vain.
As a young scholar, we hope to eliminate barriers and provide the resources for students to achieve their goals. We want them to reach their fullest potential. Who are young scholars? They have an advanced academic aptitude. They are unique. They deserve access. Who is a young scholar? We hope now that you have a better understanding. Who is a young scholar? Let's see.
I am.
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 I am.